Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
How much? It's been a good week here. It's October 26th, 1999, and we have watched Fear Itself, Carol.
Yes.
This harkens back to some of the earlier season episodes of Buffy.
You think?
It reminds me of the episode where that like demon came and everything and was like, no weapon fucking on earth can defeat this demon, and like no weapon forged on earth or whatever. And like he comes, he's like, no fucking weapon's gonna beat me. And she's like, but we have a bazooka. They didn't exist when you were like around the first time.
Oh yeah.
And then they just blew him up with a bazooka, and that was it. This episode reminds me of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of amusing.
It's like, so obviously this is their Halloween episode. Mm-hmm. This is Joss Whedon's Halloween or whatever.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, happy Halloween coming up, everyone.
So, Buffy in this episode is so depressed.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Like, they're carving pumpkins and she's just talking about what it feels like to have your guts ripped out.
Right, exactly.
And she does not want to spend time with anybody. She just wants to go home and be sad. Like, I get that she is hurt and sad over what Parker, I think his name was.
Parker Malloy. Parker Lewis, who can't lose.
But literally, like, they knew each other for like a week.
Yeah.
So, relax. I mean...
How many good looking women are on campus here where you could hook up with Buffy and be like...
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
And be like, okay, next.
Right.
You know?
I mean, maybe she's really bad at it.
Well, she hasn't had a lot of experience.
No.
And the first time, she fucked the soul out of a guy.
Right.
Which reminds me, there's some... Like, it's really weird because there's some big Halloween party and everything, but they're trying to do something with this teacher character. I don't know. She shows up and has lines every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But she's not a very big part of the story, at least so far. But I feel like they have plans for her in the future or something. But she's like, Buffy, you fucking missed class. And she's like, yeah, sorry, I had personal problems. And she's like, well, I see 4 limbs and a head. So you better fucking be in class next time.
Yeah.
And then there's a teacher's assistant.
A TA.
Who looks a lot like an off-brand David Boreanaz.
Off-brand David Boreanaz.
He is the Dr. Thunder of David Boreanaz. He is the Moon Mist of David Boreanaz. He is the... Do you know any other ones?
Yeah, the Oreo ones. Although Oreo is the one.
He is the Hydrox of David Boreanaz.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, he honestly though, I think he might be cuter than David Boreanaz.
Wow, bite your tongue.
Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't like Angel anymore. So
I think David Boreanaz is so handsome that we should rename the Aurora Borealis the Aurora Boreanaz.
Oh my goodness! You did not just go there. Oh my goodness! That is sad. That is a sad, sad pun. What to do with you?
Anyway, but yeah, and he's all like, oh, Buffy, your work has gone down lately. When I was a freshman eons ago. And she's like, yeah, I'm used to dating guys that are older. He's like, I remember, it could get overwhelming. Is it too much fun or not enough fun? And she's like, a little bit of both. And he was like, well, you got to study. And she's like, yeah, I'll study tonight. He's like, tonight's fucking Halloween. What are you talking about? Go out. Suddenly he reverses course.
I don't know. I mean, do you get the feeling that like maybe he wanted to like ask her out to have some fun?
Yes.
Yeah. That was my impression.
I think that there's definitely something there. I don't think it's a coincidence that he looks like the I can't think of any other generic brands. He looks
Count
like
Chocula.
He looks like the Count Chocula is a normal brand. What are you talking?
Count Chocula to Dracula.
Do you think Count Chocula is trying to be Dracula?
Yes.
What
but
the
he's
fuck?
chocolate, so he fails.
Oh my god. Wow.
Anyway.
Holy shit. So many jokes inappropriately swirling through my head. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that he looks a lot like David Boreanaz. And he's giving her that smile and everything. He's coming back, this dude.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. So, Xander and this Anya chick. Anya keeps coming back for more, no matter how much he treats her like shit.
Yeah, he can't get her off of him. She's always Anya.
Ha. I don't like it though. Like, he was a sweet character in previous seasons.
Yeah.
And now he's being
simpleton.
kind of an asshole.
Well, I think it's hard because I don't think he doesn't have a lot of experience. But I think what they're trying to do with his character is when he was with Cordelia had the upper hand, like she was in charge the entire time. Mm-hmm. Like she had all the power in the relationship because he was kind of fawning after her. And I think what they're trying to do is reverse it a little bit. Like, he has more of the power than Anya does because, for real, this is all new to her because she's never been a human being before.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But, like, I was yelling at the TV there. She just shows up at his house and goes, he's like, you need to start knocking because she just walks into the basement, which, right. Yeah, that's rude.
And I thought he lived with his parents. She says her uncle lets them in.
His uncle.
Does everyone just squat to this house?
Maybe. I don't know. It's weird. But she's, like, basically saying, she wants to spend time with him, and he's like, I got plans tonight. I'm like, invite her. Like, he's going to a party. It's not like, oh, we have 4 tickets to an event.
Right.
Bring her with you. Which eventually he does invite her, but it was frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like, she's cute, and,
sure.
She has sex with you. Be nice.
She was, Brandon's girlfriend.
Yeah.
On 90210.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now.
Susan something?
Yeah, Susan. You're right.
Yeah, she was the newspaper editor. She was the poor man's Andrea Zuckerman.
Yes.
She was
the Hydrox.
She was the Tab.
Oh, God.
Of Andrea Zuckerman's. Okay. Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, she's nice, and I think he should. And she obviously cares about him because later, when they're in trouble in this house, she's like, "We have to save Xander," and he's like, "Oh, why don't Buffy and Willow? They're in there too, probably dying, but like, we need to save Xander."
Yeah.
It is cute how much she cares about him.
Yeah.
For some reason.
And he tells her at the costume party and that she should come as something scary.
So she dresses as a bunny.
Now, he asks about that, and she's like, bunnies scare me. Mm-hmm. Fine. But I want to point out that he dresses in a tuxedo. He's James Bond.
Yeah, it's just a tuxedo. Like, it's not even like he has a fake Walther PP7 or whatever gun James Bond carries.
Or a martini.
No, he doesn't have a martini.
Anything to make him James Bond.
It's just a guy in a tuxedo.
Yeah. But, like, you're not scary.
Sir, I know Pierce Brosnan. Sir, I served with Pierce Brosnan. Sir, Pierce Brosnan was a friend of mine. You, sir, are no Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
That's for all those Lloyd Benson fans out there.
Who the fuck is Lloyd Benson? What are you doing? What is happening?
He was a vice presidential candidate during the 1988 presidential election between George Herbert Walker Bush, with Dan Quayle as his running mates, and Michael Dukakis.
So I'm sure
with Lloyd Benson as his running mate.
I'm sure.
You want me to give you the whole?
No.
Okay, then don't ask. Just let the 4 people in the audience who get the joke get it and laugh, and let's move on.
I'm sure that everybody listening wants to hear about politics, sir. Because that's what we come to the Buffy show for?
You think this is political? That joke?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Just any joke you don't understand, just move past.
I just wanted to
The
say
smallest section of our audience gets it, and that's all that matters.
that I think it's fucked up that he told her to dress scary and he dressed in a tuxedo.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's fucked up, but it's...
No,
because he
it
could have
is.
said dress sexy.
It's social sabotage. He should have said dress sexy. He absolutely should have said that. Any teenage girl going to a costume party should not go scary. She should go sexy.
Yeah, exactly. Like Joan of Arc or Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with them either. But they weren't scary. I'll tell you that. And then Oz is the laziest costume in the world.
Yeah. He has
Hello, my name is God. He's got a fucking name tag.
Yeah, because it's a couple's costume. It's Joan of Arc and God.
Because they had such a close relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Ridiculous. It was funny, though. A couple times throughout the episode, there were some good
funny.
jokes.
Yeah, it was funny.
I like Oz's character more than I used to, I think.
Because they were going to... Well, he's good. He's good with Joss Whedon's dialogue.
Mm-hmm. The one-liners.
They were going to... I think he has like a comedy background or whatever. He was in Airborne. They were going to watch a movie. Oh, a scary movie. Which was supposed to be Phantasm, and he keeps calling it Phantasm, which was off-putting to me. But like, it's Fantasia instead. He's like, "What's supposed to be Fantasia? It's supposed to be Phantasm," and it's like, it's Phantasm. Do you not know how to say the fucking word? But anyway, so what's his name? Oz goes. Maybe I've seen too much now, but hippos and tutus don't scare me like they used to. Which was fun.
That was funny. So they go to this party. Even though Buffy is all sad and doesn't want to go to a party, she sucks it up and goes as Little Red Riding Hood.
Stupid frat dudes are hosting a party where the premise of the party is they have a haunted house. Because they turn their frat house into a haunted house.
Right.
So you have to walk through the little haunted part of the haunted house and, as they say, get the chicks all scared and everything. And then they go up to like the loft area or whatever, the attic. I don't know. It looked like
It's an attic.
looked like a small little room. And that's where they'll make out with them or whatever because Halloween is about getting laid.
Apparently. But yeah, it is a pretty small room for hosting a frat party. Like, usually a frat party takes up a whole house, not an attic.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was weird.
But they've got eyeballs that are really eyeballs, like peeled grapes are supposed to be eyeballed. You know the thing, where the spaghetti, it's guts or
They
whatever.
did that stuff when I was a little kid. I don't know why they're like, teenage girls love that. What? Like, no, little girls love that. What age group are you used to scoring with?
Oh my God.
I'm just asking. And then what else? Like they copy a like demonic symbol, like a rune or whatever, out of a book.
Yeah, where did they get this fucking book?
And why would you need, like, if you're doing this as just decoration, like, you don't need
Just
to
make
copy it out
something
of
up.
a book.
Exactly. They have to be complete, and they are photorealistic accurate with it.
So much so.
They have an artist like measuring out and shit like that. This is not. You don't have to be this accurate, guys.
Right, and it's so accurate that when Oz accidentally cuts himself and bleeds on it, it activates this thing.
And it manifests your fears as reality.
Yeah. And that's because the fear demon, it's his sign or whatever.
Sigil.
And he keeps, like, you keep hearing his voice going, release me.
Very scary.
Release me.
Wow. That's real audio of my penis.
Oh my God.
So they go
Release
to
me.
What did you house me? Is that what you said?
No, I said release me again. I just never mind. Go on.
They go to this party, but after everything has turned to hell, we get some glimpses of what's going on with the partygoers that are there before the Scooby Gang gets there, and we don't see a lot. It looks horrific, but we don't see a ton.
Yeah.
We see it looks like there's really eyeballs, and it looks like the guts have come to life or something like that. They're grabbing onto people. this one woman looks dead, and then it looks like she wakes up.
Yeah, well, they do the typical Joss Whedon, I have a low budget thing, where it's just a lot of spinny camera movements without really focusing on anything, so you don't really know what's going on, you just get a sense.
We know at least one guy dies because he falls down the stairs, but then he comes back to life as a, like, broken neck guy. And it's like, did he really die? Because it turns out, spoilers, it turns out that most everything is not real. It's like hallucinations. So was that guy's biggest fear falling down the stairs?
Maybe.
What a lame fear.
When I was little, I was afraid that if I stepped on a crack, I'd really break my mother's back. And that was a genuine fear.
Well, I tried.
So, what?
Huh?
What?
Nothing.
Freak? Okay.
So anyway, it's just weird, but we see all this different fear stuff, and then they come in. Oh, by the way, right before they get in there, remember last week, like, the denouement was the army-looking dudes shooting and killing a vampire and, like, skulking around like they're fucking, I don't know, some sort of secret service?
Yeah. And they run through the woods again, or the campus again today.
Yeah. Just out in the open, like, 3 dudes, and they're like, hey, nice costumes. What the fuck? Like,
with guns drawn and their camo.
Why weren't they apprised of this situation? Are they like because she left the council has hired paramilitary or something?
I have no idea. It's so bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, so then they get in, and all their fears start to become reality.
They being the Scooby Gang.
Yeah. So Oz starts to turn into a werewolf.
And hurts Willow.
Yes.
And Xander becomes invisible.
Yeah, because he's worried about, and it's hinted at several times in this episode, he's worried about, like, being left behind, no one, like, caring about him or thinking about him anymore because they've all gone off to college. They're moving on with their lives, and he's not, he feels like, so.
Yeah, sad. What the hell was Buffy's fear? I mean, Willow's fear was her magic was, like, turning on her like she was not as skilled of a witch as she wanted to be.
That was, yeah, her fear was that she wasn't as skilled as she wanted to be, that she tried a conjuring spell, she tried different things, and it, like, failed and attacked her, turned on her, all that stuff. Buffy's was everybody leaving. Because Parker left. She talked with her mom earlier about how the dad got divorced, and, like, her mom was like, oh, your dad loved going trick-or-treating. She was like, not enough, I guess.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, it's so valid because her dad has not been around. Like, we only saw him in 2 episodes of the show, and we're in season 3 now, so.
Yeah, public service announcement. Just because you get divorced doesn't mean you have to never see your kids.
Right? Asshole. So, yeah, so Buffy's all scarred that way. And then they all end up together in the attic. I don't know how that... Anya and Giles go to try to save them. And Giles uses a fucking chainsaw to get into the house because the windows and the doors disappear so nobody can get in or out.
Right.
And they go in to save them, but they don't really do anything to save them because they're already all together.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, Giles pulls out the book, and Giles knows what this is. He's like, oh, of course, I should have known it was this demon. And he's like, so there's 2 ways to, because the spell has been started and he's trying to manifest himself, but he can't. And this is one of the comic parts of it where he goes, so there's 2 ways to undo the spell. Destroying the room, the mark of him, and then Buffy just, like, half-cocked goes off and smashes it, and she goes, is not one of the ways. Why would it be worded like that?
Yeah. And then he goes, and will immediately summon the demon.
Yeah, why the fuck would it be like that? So then, there's big demon summoning sounds, and it's like, and you see him and everything, and then they back up, and he's like the size of a G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it's hilarious. They're all laughing at him.
He's like, I'll get you.
I'll get you, my pretty. And, Buffy just stomps him.
Yep.
Just stomps him.
She's like, when it comes to defeating evil, size doesn't matter. And she stomps on him.
Awful.
Yeah, and that's it. He's dead.
How lazy, though. Like, I want to know the other ways. I want to know the ways the book said.
Seriously, that is weird. Like, what's so bad about him coming to fruition, I guess?
Well, I mean, he did make people's fears manifest. He's not powerless. He just, doesn't have a really good physical presence.
Is he dead forever now, too?
I mean, I would assume she killed his body.
So, like, if someone draws that symbol, he won't come. 'Cause he's gone.
You can't be summoned anymore.
I'm just trying to understand how this works. Because somehow, even beings that possess, like, some sort of magic are limited by their physicality, I guess. Like, he was able to do all this stuff, but then when he was summoned, he was just like, oh, let's fight fist fights now. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he was still pretty powerful, even without being there.
There was a lot of talk and nothing. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, literally his tiny little voice was just trying to taunt them, which was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
and but use your magic.
right.
Make
Do something.
all their fears come true. Make them kill themselves.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's dark.
Well, I mean, like, that's supposed to be his power.
And Anya should have been seeing like a giant killer bunny at some point, but that did not happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And what was Giles' fear? We don't know. That didn't come up either.
Not celebrating Halloween? I don't know. Someone making fun of his sombrero?
And then they all end up just eating chocolate together
Yep.
until they
Eating
get
Halloween
sick.
candy. And then that's it.
That is it.
That is the episode.
The whole thing.
What did you think?
It was a decent episode. It was
Yeah.
cute. It amused me.
It's light. It's not... I mean, like, I feel like the overarching storyline of this season is still, like, setting up.
Yeah. Agreed. Like, I mean, we saw Spike in a episode. Was it last episode or the episode
that's
before?
Right. Yeah, last episode, yeah.
I feel like he should be back, but he wasn't in this episode.
No, but apparently he'll probably be back at some point. But it feels like Buffy again.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first couple episodes were really rough, but it feels like Buffy again. So I'm happy about that.
So hopefully it will continue.
Well, that is the episode for the week. Here, I'll tell people where they can find their own fear demon.
You can write us at latefee1994@aol.com. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com and share the tapes with your friends.
Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.